Apes to this day, and this is a song I wrote to get a girl to date me, and it didn't work. Last night when I walked into your house, I noticed that the couch had moved, and I wanted to ask you about it, but you were talking, so when you finished I opened up my mouth, and you called me out for being bad at listening. So I wrote this song to tell you just how well that I can listen, and I'm glad I think that you are really cute. And I thought that maybe I should wait to tell you that I like you, but I don't really have too much to lose. And I could learn your favorite song and play it on my guitar, but I'll probably sing it all wrong, but it might catch your attention. And I don't know your favorite song, but it's probably by Mars Volta, cause you said you really liked them when we talked. And I listened. So this morning when I woke up in my bed, I wrote a list of all the things you told me last night that I had inside my head. Like that yellow is your favorite because it's a happy color, and that you have been sad for as long as you remember. That the way your kitchen looked made you upset because it was a mess, and well, that's the way things look when you're depressed. And you sat across the room on that rocking chair you said you hate cause it is so loud, and I wish that you had sat next to me on the couch. That this list is too long, that I can't fit all these things into a song and still keep your attention. So I'm trying hard to mention some important things that I feel really demonstrate just how well that I listened. Like how you said with tears in your eyes that you wish that being grateful was enough to keep you from feeling sad all the time, and that your favorite flowers are impatience, and that when you love somebody, you wait patiently for them. And that your favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption, and that serenity means listening to the water down at Tuckahoe Glen, and how you make poor decisions with the people that you choose to date. And you'll probably think I'm crazy for this, and I tell you that I don't care about it, but that would be a lie because I care what you think about me, and I just really desperately want to be your next poor decision. Be your next poor decision. Be your next poor decision. And I could learn your favorite song and play it on my guitar, and I'll probably sing it all wrong, but it might catch your affection. And I don't know your favorite song, but it's probably by Mars Volta, cause you said you really liked them when we talked. And I listened. Yeah, I listened. Wow. Thank you guys so much for listening. You're really great at it. It's almost like you've been doing it all day long. So I have to admit, when I was asked to do this, I was really scared because I'm really scared of speaking in public. But I remember there was a time when I was really scared to play music in front of people too, and I got through that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and why this band exists and how I got over my fear of playing music in front of people. In 2006, I found out that my mom passed away. She had been having a decade-long battle with substance use disorder, and I was 16 years old, and I had little to no coping skills to deal with grief and loss. And I ended up going down the same kind of path as her and using drugs to hide my feelings, mask my emotions. And by the time I was 24 years old, I ended up in rehab here in Lancaster. And in there was a guitar sitting there. And I thought, I might as well pick it up. I got nothing better to do in here. And I hate talking about my feelings. So maybe if I just play guitar, people will leave me alone. And little did I know, once you grab a guitar and you're in public, people will just come up to you. It's like a magnet, and people are drawn to you all of a sudden. So I started meeting all types of people, and there was so many musicians in there, and they shared their inspiration with me and their encouragement that I could do it. Music was something that I played. I played music when I was little. I played guitar when I was about 10 to 12 years old, but it was one of the many things I lost to my addiction. I never had the confidence. I never thought I'd be able to play in front of people. So there I was in rehab, and there was a music therapist there that played there every day, and he told me his story that when he was 50 years old, he transformed his life through music, and that he'd stayed clean ever since. And I thought, if that old man with white hair could do that when he was 50 years old, I'm 24, there's no way I can't do it if I set my mind to it. And I met his name was Bernard. I want to plug him because he's awesome. And I met an awesome girl in there named Lily who had a great voice. And the time came for the rehab open mic, and it was going to be the first time I was going to play music in front of people, and I was so scared. So I was trying to teach her a song so she could sing it, and I was just going to play guitar. And she told me, why don't you just sing it? And I said, because I can't sing. She said, yes, you can. You're not as bad as you think you are. And that thought had never really resonated with me. I'd heard it so many times in my life, but that day it hit and it worked. And I've been singing in front of people ever since. I sang in front of people that day, and I didn't die even though I thought I was going to. And I sang in front of you, and I talked in front of you, even though I thought I was going to die when I was backstage. I still have a couple minutes to die before this is over. But so I've been playing music ever since I got out. I picked up a guitar, I started writing about all my feelings. It became my coping mechanism for how to deal with my emotions in recovery. And I started writing all these songs in my bedroom. And then along the way, I met Maddie, who also, she just celebrated, they celebrated a year clean in June. So I celebrated 4 years clean in June. Thank you so much. And that's Molly. She plays in like every band in Lancaster, and she's awesome. And that's Dan. He's also really great. And he's my boyfriend too. I like to say that. So in order to give back this gift that I feel like I was freely given by just that guitar being there in that rehab, we decided, me and Dan, a little over 2 years ago, that we were going to start fixing up guitars and putting them in rehabs all over, as many as we could. So we started up an organization called Second Chance to Play, and we do that. We put guitars in rehabs. We gift them to people that reach out to us that are in early recovery, that maybe they sold their instrument when they were in their addiction and they want a second chance to play now. We also throw a sober open mic every week in Lancaster, and we throw sober music events. We just came from one right now that we were helping host. And we just try to keep the music community accessible to people in recovery and for it to be a tool that they can use in their recovery just like mine. And this next song is called Strangers, and it's kind of about those things. It's about how you never really know the impact you're going to have on a stranger's life, so just to practice kindness in your interactions with people. Lately I've been thinking about some things, like all the lovely friends I made in rehab that I'll never see again. 'Cause some of them are dead, and all the people that I've met in bar bathrooms and in checkout lines that I'll never see again. But in that moment, it's like we were best friends, just having conversations. Sometimes the people who don't know that things are done are the only ones who'll bother talking to you. Yes, sometimes strangers are the best people to tell your secrets to, 'cause they don't know you. You know, lately I've been thinking about things I've lost, like my mind, my heart, your baby blue eyes. And lately I've been wondering about things that haven't happened yet, like if I'll ever feel that way again. But the past already happened, so I can't spend today digging through all of it. And the future hasn't happened yet, so there's no sense in worrying about it. I'm just living in this moment. And today I wish that I could put new glasses on your eyes so you could see the world the way I do through mine. 'Cause then maybe you wouldn't wanna die, you wouldn't have to stick a needle in your arm just to survive. 'Cause I see myself in every single part of you, and I made it through, so I can't just sit back and watch you throw away your life. And I don't care if I'm the last person on this earth who believes in you. I'll show you how beautiful it is to be alive, and I will love you till you love yourself. I'll 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 love you till you love yourself, and I'll sing until I love myself. Thank you guys. I didn't die, yay.